You know, I cannot remember ever feeling well. I suppose I must have had a happy childhood and was healthy then. But since womanhood, I've had nothing but pain and discomfort. The bleeding just won't stop. I know some days are better than others, but the cumulative effect is that I am just exhausted all the time. I'm drained, spent, fed up with it all. It's been going on for 12 years. And in fact, I can't seem to find help from anyone. It's not through a lack of trying. Now I've seen doctors, consultants, physicians, experts. I've had advice from so many people. Some, if not all, not very helpful. And all my money has gone. There is no cure. But the worst of it is that I am constantly unclean. No one will come near me. I'm not fit to mix with normal society. It was even suggested that it must be something I have done wrong. I've racked my brain, but I cannot think what it is. What have I done that's so wrong to be punished constantly for 12 years? I've prayed. Oh yes, I've prayed. Every day I've prayed. I know God has heard me because I believe him and I trust in him. But why is he doing this to me? Haven't I suffered enough? Well, there's a new prophet in town. His name is Jesus. Dare I hope? Dare I wonder if he could be some help? Well, I've travelled to catch up with him, and at last I found a large crowd, and I think he's there amongst them. A large crowd around him. I can't possibly ask him to help me. It would mean explaining what was wrong, and then I'd be accused of being unclean, and you wouldn't see anybody for dust. I'll just stay on the outskirts of this crowd. Oh, he seems to be moving off. Apparently, Jairus has a daughter who is sick, very sick, so sick that she's close to death. And I think Jesus is going to help. Wow. I can't stop Jesus going to this little girl that needs so much more help than what I do. And yet, if Jesus could help her, maybe he could just help me. If I could just touch his cloak, that's it. If I could just touch his cloak, I would be healed. He wouldn't even need to see me. And it wouldn't hold him up. He could carry on going to Jairus and everything would be good. If I could just touch the fringe of his cloak. It stopped. The hemorrhaging has stopped. I feel well. I feel complete joy and laughter. I knew Jesus could do it. Jesus. Oh, he's stopped. He's turned around. Who touched me? He asks. I hold my breath. How could he have known? It was only the fringe of his cloth, only the fringe of his garment. Everybody is denying it, of course. Master, the crowds around you are all pressing in on you, says Peter. Oh, thank goodness for Peter. Someone touched me, for I notice the power has gone out from me, Jesus replied. He knows He knows what I've done. I start to tremble. What shall I do? Everybody's looking round. I can feel my cheeks beginning to burn and redden. I'm not going to get away with this. I've made him unclean, and now he'll have to go through the whole business and ceremony to get clean again. Will he take the healing away because I've tried to sneak it out of him? I could do nothing but tremble and sob. The joy lasted for such a short time. But then Jesus is taking me by the hand, and ignoring those dogs in the background, he takes me by the hand and helps me up. He looks deep into my eyes, and there is no anger in his. Daughter, he says, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. And there is peace. Peace like I've never felt before. Peace from the tips of my fingers down to my toes. Peace that soaks through the depth of my soul. Thank you, Jesus.